Hello and welcome everyone in another episode of Researcher Celebrity. Today we have Professor Prameela Devi with us. We are fortunate enough to have ma'am today with us to share the journey and guide most of us who are actively pursuing their dreams in research. A brief about ma'am. Ma'am has done her master's and PhD from SV University Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh, and then joined Kakatia University Warangal, started as assistant professor, and then traveled all from associate to professor and retired as dean in the department. She has also been traveling around the world for various presentations and invited talks because of the research she has created and the work impact of that. She worked at Monash University also under the Endeavor Fellowship. She was visiting professor for research under UGC Research Award at JNTU Hyderabad also. She have traveled all the world, that is the least I can say. And then now with this brief introduction of ma'ams as a researcher, I would like to welcome Professor Prameela at the platform. Thank you very much, Professor Prameela, for accepting our invite.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me for this Researcher Celebrities from Empowering Science Foundation. And it is the Science Foundation which you are working for, empowering with regards to science, research and all. I was interested when you called me, and so I agreed for this interaction with you from Empowering Science Foundation. Thank you very much for calling me for this interaction.
It is a pleasure, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, and coming to my thing, as you told me, thank you very much for introducing me very nicely. And as you told me that I have studied my MSc and PhD from SV University Tirupati. And before that, I have no idea of research because during that time in 70s, at the ending of 70s, all the lecturers were only MScs. They do not know what is research. And they taught us what is there in the syllabus. And we wanted to, and we read those syllabus that is there for the examinations. And we did our examinations. Of course, we are we are three sisters. Me and my sister together studied from the beginning. And then what happened? There is no research point of view at any time during my undergraduation. So I do not know. I am not exposed in any way during my undergraduation. And luckily, during those days, no PG centers. Only 3 universities were there throughout Andhra Pradesh. Now, together, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. And then what I joined in SV University because I got the seat there in zoology, Department of Zoology. And also botany I got, but I am interested in zoology, so I joined. And coming to my personal interest in research, as I told you, I do not have any much idea till I complete my undergraduation. But during post-graduation, I used to see the scholars planning for their experimentation work and doing their work late office hours, and also recording their results during night times also, and all those things I have seen. And we used to get along with the research scholars because they used to come for practicals and all. So we used to interact with them. And that time I got to know that I got some curiosity with regards to research and came to know that our faculty involved in different specializations to work for research. And that time I thought that most important field to be undertaken is environmental biology. And so there are specializations in the final year. So I took environmental biology because I wanted to explore the environmental pollution, why it is coming, how can we manage the environmental pollution and all. I was interested in, so I have taken that. Then I chose environmental biology as my specialization and completed my PhD and went back to my house. Then started what to do next. And immediately jobs were not there. We have to go for employment registration and all. And being lady at home and people won't keep us long time beyond 20-25 years. Their parents wanted to get married and all. And my sister got married in the first year of MSc itself. But luckily, she completed. And coming, you also empowering, you said, women empowering. We have to fight even at home to, if we want to have empowering ourselves, being a lady. And so my mother was not willing to send me for higher education because there are many problems, dowry system one, and also that educated person they have to look for. And my father was an engineer, and we are from a middle class family, one salary, and we have to get along with that. So we thought, my mother thought that because we are three sisters, and if I get married, second get third child may be sent for studies like that, they thought. And but I got the fellowship. So I convinced my parents that I should go and pursue my PhD during that time. And my father was too broad to think. And he said, okay. Then I joined in the PhD that time in 1980. Then I have started my research like that. But those days, it was so difficult for the ladies to do research. I don't know whether everybody agrees for that or not. This is my personal opinion. Because nowadays, social media is there. We can go home and we can do whatever that should be done regarding the literature survey, regarding the when many virtual labs are there, we can see the experimentations and we can plan our experiments and all. If any setbacks are there, we can go through again like that. Nowadays it is there, but those time even to get a protocol was so difficult. And we have to go for training. If we want to go for training, we have to move from the lab and go. I went for GC and TLC to learn CFTRI Mysore for 1 month. It is not that easy financially also, even if we get the fellowship. That time the fellowship was 600, only 600 JRF and SRF 950. And during that time, spending money for a middle class person is also very difficult. And so even research is a long-term plan. So many families may not afford to send their children even though fellowship is there. That is the situation then. Even now it is there, but lower middle class and poorer people cannot come to research unless there is funding. Even though funding is there, that will be sufficient for them to survive. But if they wanted to support the family, it is not choice for the students to take up research. That is the situation in the society in India. I don't know whether you agree or not, but I have observed during my service that much.
No, absolutely, ma'am. What you are saying is the truth, which is changing in India now. And we have seen the fellowships offered by Government of India to support women in STEM or women students after taking break in their career if they want to join it back. There are a couple of fellowships offered by Government of India and also philanthropic fellowships. But here I would like to take a minute to say to all the audience and viewers that you have seen the initial struggle, what ma'am just mentioned. And that is something which has not changed a lot over the period of time. Still, we have seen especially brilliant researchers who just happen to be women have to face struggle at the family level first. That either it is for pursuing their education, and then, joining as PhD, because PhD is not more of the academic degree, but it is a training which you get for your lifetime. So, ma'am, now I would like to ask a question that when there was all these difficult times at struggle in family level, or, when you joined the university as an assistant professor, over the period of time, you might have seen that more female candidates are now joining the education and doing better in PhD in research. What are your thoughts when you see that this frame shift is happening? Is it enough, or do we need to support, or bring awareness more into the society? What are your thoughts on that?
I will explain what I thought during my PhD first. Then I will come to the next level.
Yes, ma'am.
Of course, I have joined my PhD program only because I got the fellowship. Otherwise, I would have not. I got the interest after joining the research and did my PhD with devotion and with hard work and attended, and with dedication also I have done. I didn't go to my house even once a year during that time. And I have published nearly in 4 years. I have submitted within 3.5 years. I got award after 7 months or so. And during that time, I have attended 8 conferences, published 11 papers, out of which 6 papers are in American journal. During that time, there is no email, nothing. We have to type physically. We have to send it through post, and we have to get through post only the corrections or whatever, and to publish also. And also, I have published a patent during the 4 years of my research. See how much hard work I did. If once we choose, we have to think to settle in that. Otherwise, we should not waste the time without having any interest. That's what I wanted to insist upon the students now at this point. And for my patent, I have got National Research Development Corporation Award in 1983 to develop that for commercial purposes. That is for low-cost field kits for toxic chemicals to detect the heavy metals and organophosphorus compounds from the field itself immediately within microgram levels. That is what my patent is, and I have developed the kit with the help of the NRDC. And after my PhD award, I got the job within no time because of my credentials during the PhD at Kakatia University, Telangana. And that is a budding university. That time, 76, it was formed, and it was PG Center under Osmania. And there are no much facilities when I joined in 1984. And we have struggled a lot. Senior professors are there. They have contacts with Osmania University because they came from there. And some people were joined from degree colleges where they have no inclination for research. And there are some fresh candidates as assistant professors who has good interest in doing research. So we have applied for some projects and we got the projects, and we have slowly developed some laboratories. And with that minimal infrastructure, we have started the PhD program. And I have taken the students, and we have started the research at that time. And we have collaborated with the nearby, Hyderabad is nearby 2 hours journey. So we have collaborated with IICT, SASR laboratory, and also CCMB sometimes, because they won't allow all the persons, and also the NIN. We used to collaborate with these in research institutes for my PhD students, guideship and collaborations. And it was a little difficult for about 10 years to get along with the research, But still, being a lady, we have to, after marriage, it is very difficult for the ladies, especially women, to continue research for a long time in the laboratories. That is one, but yet we have to do the research and we have to respect the chair and we have to grow according to the chair's dignity. That is my actual motto. So accordingly, I have done that. And we have increased the research facilities and all in due course of time. And then in 2001, I got a chance to depute I got a deputation to JNTU Hyderabad, where many of the industries were collaborating with the biotechnology department that time. It was a good chance for me to work in JNTU Hyderabad, and we have started the rigorous research there with I can say environmental toxicology to some extent and wastewater treatment technologies with Water Resources Center and environmental impact assessment in various industrial development areas of Hyderabad. And also, we have collaborated with some of the major pharma companies and also the Bharat Biotech, which vaccines were developed during COVID. And in this way, we have done like the medicinal plants, exploration of medicinal plants for active compounds to develop for drugs. And we used to collaborate in that way for extraction of the active compounds from our side and doing research from the pharma companies for drug research. And also with some, I think all of you might have known the Padma Shri awardee of the gastroenterologist Habibullah sir, and he used to collaborate with us. And we did some research on stem cells with the doctors who registered for PhD in JNTU. And we have done that, but because of various reasons, we could not implement that for the patients. And we have stopped there with rat as a model of the research. And after that, I have gone to different pollution control boards to give the lectures and various, I can say the UGC visiting professors cadre is there. We can go to different universities and we can give our expertise to the students there. Like that, I have been to 4 or 5 universities, and I did. This is about my, and I served as head of the Department of Zoology and Board of Studies, and we have revised the syllabus many times, and also we have introduced the semester system in the state of Telangana when I was dean. And we have framed the syllabus according to the national level institutes, though it is a state university. And there is a big change in the higher education of Telangana during that time.
Yes,
that is 1718.
Yes. So, ma'am, when you were mentioning about the resource limitations, which is in, as you mentioned about the state universities, still there are universities in India where there is not, I can say, plenty of resources, which means they have to come and collaborate with each other. As you have beautifully explained that the role of collaboration is so important in any kind of research. So I would like to ask your thoughts about the role of collaboration in the present research in India.
It is a must, I think. Without collaborations, we do not have in our library in our laboratories all the facilities that we need, which we have planned for a research project. It is a must to collaborate. So collaborations will help to widen our research. And also it helps to interact between the various scientists that are there in other institutions, and we can say that the research thinking will be innovative, becomes innovative, and all these things should be kept in mind, and everybody should collaborate. And even NAC in India encourages collaborations and also consultations in the university. And I'm a NAC peer committee member. So whenever I go, I try to see that more. So it helps to grow the institution. Collaborations definitely will help to grow the institution. And all the members of the faculty should have collaborations and also consultancies where this will help to help the society in the research outcomes. So
Yes, ma'am.
that is a must for the researcher to have consultancies.
So, following on to the same thing, what are your suggestions to the PhD students that how they should develop early collaboration, and then they should learn this art of collaboration early in their career, so that whenever or wherever they want to reach, they can achieve that goal easily and swiftly?
So to be frank, there are various categories of students come for research in India. One is persons with jobs as lecturers in the industries, or maybe they prefer part-time. They come during holidays, they do some work, and they will not repeat whatever we say. Like 6 times, if it is not concurrent values will not come. We have to repeat and repeat. And those things are lacking with those candidates. And the others are students to do for the sake of degree. So they want to fill the gap of 3 to 5 years in their biodata. And at the same time, simultaneously, they will be searching for the jobs. That is one other category. And the last category which we wanted is persons with interest to do research.
Yes.
And these candidates are becoming less and less because of, though they have done with devotion and dedication, they are not getting jobs, proper jobs. And they are going for underemployment. And we because of seeing their interest, we train them. But after training and after 5 years, they get the degree, and at the most, they may get 5 more years, some PDF or something, some fellowship they will get. After 10 years, they get nearly 30 to 35 years. And the age bar will become a constraint for them to get a job. What can we advise for them? To go to industries, they invite because of their research, but they pay only 50,000. And by that time, their contemporaries in software and all, they will be earning 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs like that. I don't know whether I have to discuss all these things here.
Ma'am, this is the reality which we want, researchers, because you beautifully mentioned the 3 different categories of the PhD students. And I think it is very important, as you said, that the 3rd category, according to you, is where the person is driven by the curiosity and is serious to pursue. So for them, PhD is not a degree. PhD is a task where they want to explore the question in their head. And that is that should be the crux going for pursuing research, PhD, and research as lifetime career. So that is very much important and should be acknowledged. And at this platform, at Researcher Celebrity, this is one thing which we always try to bring it out, that a student, when they are thinking of pursuing a PhD, they should have a clear path in front of them. Because Now we will talk to you about another issue. Even within the PhD students, we have seen the PhD dropouts. After 3 or 5 years, a PhD candidate withdraws their candidature. They just quit the PhD. And in extreme cases, they commit suicide also. So how or what your word will be for them, that a researcher, if trying to complete their PhD in a limited time, as so many decades ago, you completed your PhD in 3.5 years with 11 papers and one patent, which is not even at the time when you did not have Google, when you did not have computers, when you used to send all the manuscript by handwriting typing. And now, when we have everything, still most of the PhD, why the quality of the PhD is not that effective when at your time it was?
It is all depends on the dedication and hard work of the students, sir. And they must think the opportunities that they have and how to grab that opportunity with what background they have and what hard work and what they have to show on paper, their work and their achievements on the paper they have to show. For that hard work, even day and night, if you sit, you can do even today. But whoever comes to my laboratory, I have not seen. I don't allow. Warangal is a rural area where people are not afford to buy a computer, sir, laptop. But without laptop, I don't allow any research scholar to come and do research in my laboratory. Though it is a condition, it will help them to increase their knowledge. Every day they will be browsing. If they get the doubt, they will ask me, they will interact with me, and all these things will be there. And without computer, what they can do? And experimentation they will write and give. And all these things students are not doing, sir, nowadays. If they come, even the regular candidates, if they come today, they will not come tomorrow. And that commitment is not there with the student. I cannot say all the students, but 10% students are very regular and very committed. But why the rare cases I am telling you where the committing suicide, it is between if the mentor-mentee relations are not so good, it may be happening. But always the mentor should be very kind enough to the student, should be helpful to the student, and should advise in a proper way. All these things are lacking in due course of time in the mentors. I am very sorry to say this. Though it is not even 50%, that 10 to 15% such candidates are there as a faculty. I am very sorry to say this. But no, things are happening like that. But I should not talk, but these are the facts. And what I am very outspoken. So I am putting all these things before you. And everybody who wanted to do research should think of these things also. That's why I am putting before you.
No, ma'am, this is also one thing which we always try to tell all the PhD aspirants or researchers in general, that when you are stepping into something, you should get as much as information you can, because no one is 100% proof, no one is 100% correct or wrong. There is always a pros and cons which you have to do the analysis for before joining a lab. You should talk to the PI, talk to the student who are actively present in the lab at that time, and also talk to the people who have left the lab, either graduated or for job purposes or for anything else, because then it brings the entire picture that what has happened in past, what is happening right now. So you can create a assumption that what will be happening with you over the period of 3 to 5 years of the PhD time, because that is very crucial. If you don't gather all this data, when I always say that if you don't do the homework, you cannot pass the test with the flying colors, which everyone wants to. So
I will yes.
Yes, ma'am,
I will
please go ahead.
instruct every student who wanted to join under my mentorship. I will advise the students who wanted to choose research as an area. These two, I made it compulsory that they have to interact before thinking to join under my guidance. Those points are, before selecting the research line, think that you have to dedicate at least 4 years full time in research. It is a must. Whenever there is a time where you have to stay back during, after the office hours, not only during the office hours, you have to stay. The research is not time bound.
Yes.
So select only if you have inclination to explore the research. If you have that point in your mind, then only you join as a regular candidate to make your research as a career. And also it needs a lot of time for searching the literature, not only in the laboratory, but also at home. And discussing with your mentor whenever you have doubt, either on phone or directly. And designing your project, exploring the problem. You have to design your project and discuss with your mentor to design the project in such a way that it should be feasible to do that. And also, there are many problems which we encounter during the experimentation and all. And you may undergo during the process of experimentation many problems. You have to sort out those problems. If it is not possible in the laboratory, you have to go to the other laboratory, collaborate with others with the help of the mentor and all. All these things I will tell the student. Those who join for research as a career, if you can withstand these things, then only you have to join. If you are weak-minded and if you want to get out of it after spending 3 years of time, it is a waste of time in your life, these 3 years. So don't join, I say. You search for your job and better get the promotions in that job. But if you are committed and do according to the research ethics, definitely you will get job somewhere or the other. If you cannot have the place of choice of job, if you can able to go anywhere for the job, you will get definitely. But the thing is, most of the people are thinking that my mother, my family is here, my husband is working there, I want a job there only. If you think in those lines, you may not have a career in research. All those things should be there in the mind. Yeah.
So, ma'am, this is something which you brought to the table, which is happening in present world, and I don't know till when it will happen. So now we have talked about the student side. With you on this platform, I would like to ask the problems faculties also face, because it is good if students can hear the problems of the advisor, the PhD supervisor, so that they can help them also, because it is always seen that the student is the one who most of the time needs help from the supervisor. Because sometimes, if, as you mentioned, that if the student is not ready to do whatever it takes for that PhD, if they are not serious enough about it, then it is a pressure on the mentor to either get them their PhD or to tell them that, okay, I think you should do something else than PhD. So how the professor there, what the challenges they face, and then how they deal.
Actually, I will tell to think all these things before joining, sir. Before joining only, they have to think all these things and withstand for all these things. If after joining, if they are facing such things, We cannot say, and the politics that are there in the universities and even institutions, research institutions among the faculties. We cannot guide the other mentors student. I think
Yes.
you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And many research secrets are there between the laboratories.
Yes.
So it is not at all possible, because we have to stay for a long time in the same institution as a colleague. We
Mm-hmm.
have to be as colleagues. And because of the students, we cannot quarrel with each other, or we can say that not in good terms or something like that. And we can say only we can send them secretly to some other institution, or we can advise them to go for in other research institutions for a better mentor.
Yes, ma'am.
That is the
No,
situation. I don't, and everybody knows, but nobody will talk about this.
yes, yes. So now it is about the research part. I would when I was reading the bio, I also read that the medical camps which you do out of your own pocket, and then also the company you have started for the researchers for the translational health. If you can tell our audience here about that also.
Yes, sir. Actually, we have started a research. I cannot say this is an empowerment. Research results, to make the research results to reach to the society. That is the objective. For this, I will tell you what is this, and
because not many people actually take this extra step that after retirement, when people want to have a free life. Professor Prameela is one of those exceptional researchers who really want to give the value of all the research and take it to the society, that if they cannot come to us, we can go there and help them. And doing free medical camps and all these are very small token which I am aware of, and ma'am can enlighten us more about it, because at the end of the day, whatever we are doing in the laboratory is for the sake of society. And if we cannot take them there, then yes, ma'am.
After retirement, I wanted to do that vision which I have. And after retirement, we have started with the like-minded researchers a scientific forum, that is Retd Scientific International. And during the pandemic, immediately it was in India, it was in May last week, the lockdown was started. And immediately after that, in April, we have conducted 4 COVID-19 awareness programs online for the general, to make aware of about this pandemic to the general public. And we have given training for this. We are, if we ask me who we are an independent self-governing organization that helps to propagate and promote innovative multidisciplinary research in various fields of science, engineering, medicine, economics, commerce, and business management, etc. And it is also a non-profit organization representing eminent scientists worldwide, with active participation in all decisions under the platform. We conduct conferences, seminars, workshops, symposia, training programs, and socially relevant talks, which will help to improve awareness of the developing technologies among the various sections of the society at a global level. And we do for that, we conduct conferences to promote high-quality research professionals and reduce the performance gaps in research that exists in science, technology, engineering, and medical-related subjects. And this will enhance the individual research activities that focus on maintaining and developing the knowledge, skills, and professional performance of the researchers and make the scientists think about the social accountability and applicability of their research outcomes. So we have put a mission in our organization that it strives to spread the knowledge and create an amazing platform for like-minded professionals to explore themselves while interacting with their peers in the field of their interest from all over the world. And with a vision behind this is conducting international scientific events to foster the exchange of knowledge, promote collaborations, and advance scientific progress on a global scale. And also, these meetings may serve as platforms for scientists, researchers, scholars, and professionals from various countries and disciplines to come together and share their research findings, innovative ideas, and advancement in their respective fields. We take the researches like this interaction sessions during the conference itself and make it public through many social media to reach to the common people. And we thought that it is one of the ways where we can able to get into the society. That's what I thought.
Absolutely, ma'am. And now I would like to tell all the audience and viewers that if you want to write directly to Professor Prameela for any kind of suggestion or guidance, please feel free to do that. If you want Empowering Science Foundation to put you in touch with our researcher celebrities, feel free to do that, because we do believe in bridging the gap, and what ma'am is doing is commendable. With this, we will say thank you, Professor Prameela, for coming and guiding us for this. And I believe that there are many researchers who will be benefited from your rich experience and this conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. But I am mostly on the wrong side. I have tapped. But anyway, these things should be known to the researchers who wanted to make their career in the research. To make them know about all these things may not be known to the freshers. So to make them know about all these things, I have tapped on the wrong side. But of course, there are right side of the research where they are seeing and selecting a research as a career. So in that way, I thought that these are the things which they must know.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you very much for calling me to this forum, and I'm very much enlightened to interact with you, and I bless you to go to a long way in your Empowering Science Foundation.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your kind words, and it means a lot to us. Thank you very much. And for viewers, stay tuned for another episode of Researcher Celebrities. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much.